Today we're going to learn how to graph linear equations using x and y intercepts. So first we need to solve this equation, and we're going to set the y as 0 first. So I'm just going to write off to the side. We're going to rewrite the function 2x plus 3, but instead of a y, I'm going to put 0 equals 6. And I also need to do this a second time. When I do it the second time, I'm going to make the x 0. So this one, we did y 0. Now we're going to rewrite it again, but instead x will be 0. So I'm going to put 2 times 0 instead of 2x. I'm going to do the plus 3y equals 6. So now I'm going to solve both of these functions. Again, the first one, the y is 0. The second one, the x is 0. So let's just do this one first. 3 times 0, that gives me 0, so all I have left is going to be my 2x, and that's going to equal 6. Then we divide out that 2. X is equal to 6 divided by 2, which is 3. So what that means is when I'm writing my ordered pair, my x is 3, x always comes first, and my y was 0, remember, because my y was here, so y is 0. So this 3, 0, this is going to be my x-intercept. All right, so now we're going to solve for the y-intercept. Let's go over here again. 2 times 0 is 0, so all we have left is 3y equals 6. Divide both sides by 3. 6 divided by 3 gives me 2. So in this case, again, here's my ordered pair. My x was 0 this time, so it's going to go 0, and then my y was 2. So this here is my y-intercept. Now that we have our x and y-intercepts, we can go ahead and put those on our coordinate plane over here. First one, x is 3, so we go to the right 3. And we're not going up or down at all because we are on the x-axis. That's why it's called the x-intercept, because you're on the x-axis. Now for the y, we're not going left or right because it's a 0. So we're staying at 0, but we're going to go up 2. So 1, 2. Again, so this coordinate is on the y-axis. This is y, this is x. That's why it's called the y-intercept. So from here, we're just going to connect the dots. Sorry, I did not have my pen ready. And we're going to just draw a line straight through. So your graph should look something like this. Let's look at this example. So we've got a fraction here, but we're going to solve it the exact same way as before. We need to solve this function 2 times. First time we're going to make our y 0. The second time we're going to make the x 0. So I'm going to go ahead and write this over here. Again, starting off, we're going to make y 0. So instead of y, I'm putting 0. So 0 equals 2/3 x subtract 6. And again, I'm going to solve this problem a second time, but the second time, y is going to stay, but the x is going to be 0 instead. So it's going to be 2/3, and instead of the x, we're going to put 0. There we go. So now we got to solve the two problems. Over here, we need to get the x by itself, so we're going to start by adding the 6 to both sides of the equal sign. So the subtract 6 plus 6, those go away. Over here we just have 6 because 0 plus 6 is 6, and now we have 2/3 x. From here, because we have this fraction touching our x, we need to multiply by the reciprocal. So we're going to multiply by the reciprocal of 2/3 is going to be 3/2. I'm going to do that over here as well, so 3/2. Whenever you multiply a fraction times its reciprocal, it's always going to equal 1 whole. So it will just cancel out. We're only going to be left with 1x, so I'll just write x equals, and when we're multiplying a whole number times our fraction, we just multiply, I'm going to put it over 1 because 6 is the same thing as 6/1. 3 times 6 will give us 18. 2 times 1 gives us 2. I'm going to rewrite this one last time. X is equal to 18 divided by 2, which is 9. So our x is 9. So now we're going to write our ordered pair for this first one. So again, we started off with the y as 0, and our x is 9. So x always comes first, so we're going to do x, which is 9, then y is 0. So that's our first This is our x-intercept. So let's write that x-intercept. Perfect. Now for the second one. This one will be a little bit easier. We know that 0 times anything is equal to 0. So we have y is equal to, again, that's just gonna cancel each other out. It's just 0. So all you have left is that -6. And we're done. So now we can write our ordered pair. Again, x, this time x was 0. X always comes first, and then comes the y. Y is -6. So that's gonna be our y-intercept. Okay, so now we can just go ahead and put that on our coordinate plane. X-intercept, we are going to the right 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, don't really have enough space. And it'll be about here. For our y-intercept, we're going to be at -6. So we're at 0 on the x, and then we're going down to -6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So -6. So that's going to be our point. We can go ahead, connect our dots. Something like this. So that's what our graph should look like. Last example for today, same thing as before. We're rewriting our function. So we have 7x minus 2y equals 14. We're starting off, we're gonna make the y 0. So instead of y, we put 0 equals 14. And then we're gonna write it again, sorry. We're gonna write 7 instead of the x, we're gonna put 0. So 7 times 0 minus 2y equals 14. And then we just need to solve both times. 2 times 0 equals 0, so that is gone. All we have left is our 7x equals 14. Divide both sides by 7. X is equal to 14 divided by 7, which is 2. So our first ordered pair, x is 2, and our y is 0. So that is our x-intercept. Second one, 7 times 0 is 0. So that means all we have left is the 2y equals 14. Divide both sides by that -2. Y is equal to -7, 14 divided by 2. Okay, ordered pair, this time our x was 0, and our y is -7. So this is our y-intercept. Can now put it on the graph. So x is at 2, 0, so we go to the right 2, 1, 2, and we're going up 0. So that's the first point. Second one, x is at 0, and we're going down to -7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So about here. So there's our x and y intercepts. We just connect our lines together. And it looks something like that. Hope this helps.